most of you know, I am a mumpreneur and also a solopreneur. And if anyone out there is doing something similar in business on their own, or they're a mum in business, you know that it can get quite lonely and a little bit overwhelming sometimes. And I've just come out of a period of being quite fearful and overwhelmed because I've just completed a massive task, like my goal that I have been wanting to achieve for the last year, I've achieved. And then all of a sudden, it's like a blank slate. So I'm onto the next level, I'm onto the next thing, which could mean some big things for my business. And that also comes with a bit of fear and trepidation in terms of, am I ready? Can I do this? Have I done enough? But also, I probably hadn't sat down, because I was so busy doing the last thing, I hadn't sat down and properly planned what was going to happen in the next few months to be able to feel comfortable. So I was feeling very overwhelmed. And I'm sure most of you go through this too. And when I do, I always think of this story or something that my horse riding coach told me many, many years ago. So I used to compete in horse riding and mainly show jumping. And our coach was formidable, and he would train us really hard, not let us compete until we were ready, and just, scare us basically with these huge jumps and get us to be completely ready. And luckily I had a horse who, even if I closed my eyes, I could pretty much trust to get me over that jump, if I was really scared. And sometimes he would put the jumps up so big that I would literally go into it like, close my eyes and just hope for the best and just let him do the work. Now, obviously this isn't good for many reasons, especially when you're on a massive horse. And my coach would always see me do it, and he'd yell at me, and he'd swear a lot too, and he'd be like, what are you closing your eyes for? How can you go into that without your eyes wide open? And, explain to me that you basically could die or hurt your horse, or whatever it is that would happen. And he sat me down once and just looked at me and said, look, you're only fearful because there's something in your mind blocking you. You've done the work, you've taken the steps, you're ready. You're ready. This is the last hurdle and you're ready. And I was like, actually, I am. Now I have to put my trust into this person who's putting their trust in me. And the trust between the horse and myself was already there, and all I had to do was go into this with my eyes wide open so that I could actually plan the next move after I went over that jump, plan the next one, and actually do well in this competition that I've been training so much to do. And now in business, I think the same thing. Whenever I'm feeling that overwhelm come over me, I think, I've done the steps, I've done the work, I'm here, this is my last hurdle, I am ready. And you are too. So that's the first step, is knowing that, getting over that fear, that you've done the work, you've done the steps, you're here and you're ready. Now the next step is to get over that overwhelm, is to make sure that you're going into it eyes wide open basically, and you have the steps and the planning in place to go to that next step and complete that competition, complete the round that you're in, rather than getting stuck in one place. You're ready to take it on now. And there's lots of ways that you can do this. What I've just done, and one of the principal ways that my clients and I work on this, is to complete a really simple marketing plan. And I've got one that's basically done for you. You just have to pick out the marketing strategies from this pool that I've set up, all these ideas that I've set up, and you basically pick your top 10, decide what goals you want out of the marketing activity, each marketing activity, how long it's going to run for, is it recurring, is it a once-off, is it paid, is it free, how many hours it's going to take you to set up, and then we go through each tiny little step that you need to take to fulfill that activity. It doesn't take long, it's really easy to do, but the most important thing out of it is that it plans out. We then put all the steps, into a default diary. So we make sure that we've got the time. Everybody's different, so you've set aside your time to do this, and we put the activities in according to the time that you have in your default diary. And it's basically just doing one step a day and making sure that we know exactly what that step is. And I know for me, being a mum in business, I just don't have the time to sit around and faff around thinking about what am I going to do today. I need to know exactly what that step is, and I need it to be chunk sized and easy to do. And I think this is where a lot of the overwhelm comes from, right? When you sit down, you think, right, what am I going to do today? And you don't know. So for me anyway, I faff around and don't end up getting anything done. And then I panic because I think I haven't done enough, even if I have. This way, at least you know, even if you only get that one thing done a day, you have an exact timeline of where you're going to be and when, and you know exactly what you're going to get done and the outcomes of that. So if you do more, that's wonderful, but if you don't, at least you know exactly what the outcome is. So don't go into your business with your eyes closed. Go into it with your eyes wide open, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to look forward, plan and strategize, and feel comfortable and not overwhelmed in terms of getting stuff done. If you like the sound of that, if you want to know more, if you want to know anything about what this marketing plan is, or what the hell a default diary is, just comment below. Happy to send you some information, or let's start a conversation. So happy planning, and remember, 1% at a time, one step at a time, and you will get there. Love to all. See you tomorrow.